A few years ago, most people assumed the AI race was basically over. Silicon Valley had the money, the chips, the talent, and the biggest companies on Earth. OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic seemed untouchable. But something unexpected happened. While the world focused on flashy chatbots and billion-dollar valuations, another part of the AI industry quietly exploded in the background: open source AI. And now some of the fastest-growing AI models in the world are no longer coming only from the US. Today, we're looking at why open source AI is suddenly everywhere, why developers are rapidly adopting it, and why the global AI race is becoming far more competitive than people expected. Why now? Over the past year, AI has changed incredibly fast. The biggest shift is that AI is no longer just about having the smartest model. It's now about accessibility, cost, and ecosystem adoption. That's where open source AI enters the picture. Platforms like Hugging Face have become the center of the global AI developer community. And recently, models like DeepSeek, Qwen, and Kimi have seen massive growth in downloads and usage worldwide. At the same time, many advanced AI systems are becoming more expensive. Subscriptions, API fees, and enterprise licensing costs add up quickly, especially for startups and smaller companies. So naturally, developers are looking for alternatives that are cheaper, customizable, and easier to run locally. And right now, open source AI is filling that gap extremely quickly. This doesn't mean the US is losing the AI race. American companies still lead in advanced chips, frontier research, and commercial AI products. But it does show that the AI ecosystem is becoming much more global than people expected even 2 years ago. What is actually happening? To understand this shift, you have to understand the difference between closed source and open source AI. Closed source systems keep everything private: model weights, training methods, and infrastructure. You can use the product, but you can't fully modify or control it. That's the model companies like OpenAI and Anthropic mostly follow. Open source AI works differently. Developers release models publicly so startups, researchers, and businesses can fine tune them and build their own applications on top. And that flexibility is becoming incredibly attractive because AI is getting expensive fast. Training and running advanced models requires enormous computing power. Meanwhile, open source models have improved dramatically. A few years ago, many open systems felt clearly behind commercial AI products. That gap is now shrinking much faster than expected. Models like DeepSeek and Qwen are performing surprisingly well in coding, reasoning, and multilingual tasks, especially considering how quickly they've improved. And because they're open, companies can adapt them for specific industries or internal systems much more easily. That's becoming a huge advantage. Why this matters. What makes this important isn't just the technology itself. It's the possibility that open source AI becomes the foundation layer for thousands of future applications. If you're building a startup, would you rather spend huge amounts of money every month using expensive proprietary models, or run a powerful open model on your own infrastructure for a fraction of the cost? That's why this ecosystem matters so much. The companies whose models become widely adopted could influence everything from software tools and education to healthcare and robotics. At the same time, governments are becoming increasingly nervous about dependence on foreign AI infrastructure. The US has restricted advanced chip exports to China, while China is investing heavily in domestic AI and semiconductor development. Both sides understand something important. AI is no longer just another software industry. It's becoming strategic infrastructure. Innovating. At the same time, AI-generated content is flooding the internet faster than platforms can control it. Some of it is useful, some of it is spam, and some of it is becoming almost impossible to distinguish from human-created media. That raises a much bigger question about the future of the internet itself. Who controls quality? Who controls trust? And what happens when AI tools become available to almost everyone at near zero cost? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos on AI, technology, and the future of global innovation.